You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. Just thinking about this. But I hope y'all can hear me because my AC. So try not to mess with my hair every time I get on here. But sometimes I can't help it. It's fluffy like that. But where I wanted to get at with is that he's no longer here. By that, I mean Satan himself. He's no longer here. I know y'all remember everything that kind of transpired in 2020. And see, you know anything like about scripture? And I know sometimes people don't like to put spirituality and scripture together, but to be quite honest, I feel like they're one and quite the same. Like it depends on what aspects you're using. Like if you're using, you know, some shit that don't work, then yeah, it's not gonna go how you think in your favor. You know, like basically just doing your research. You know, doing your research on, you know, the relationship between scripture, the relationship between spirituality, the relationship between science, and the relationship between space and humanity. Okay, if you do your research on all those five things, you will see how they do correlate. So I know there's some people out there, you know, who don't believe, and like they may not believe in spirituality, they may not believe in, you know, religion, you know, like because, you know, yeah, religion is made up, but at the same time, you know, like it kind of depends. You know, like let's say that like if you whoever you were worshiping and stuff like that, there's all kinds of negative and positive things that people believe about that certain deity. You know, whatever deity you believe in. Of course, there's only one source, only one. Okay, only one source. So, and just people just call it different things. That's all it is. It's just one source. People call it different things, but you have to know what source you're talking to. Sometimes you'll be talking to a source that makes itself believes that it's source and is actually, you know, something that's from below, from down under. You know, some negative shit, um, some underworld shit. It's like, so it just kind of depends on how your heart is. Because that's the only thing that matters. Okay? You can serve Allah, the Most High, God, Buddha, I think it's Shiva, or something like that, you know, like in Indian culture. Um, but just whatever, you know, like it don't matter who you serve. Source is still the same. And see, here's the thing: is that like over time, things about source has been divided up. I mean, just think about it, okay? Because I was raised Christian, right? Let's take that as an example. Now, is there some like positive and true aspects when it comes down to uh, Christianity? Now, some of you people who ain't, you know, too kind or too, you know, like, um, who don't vibe, who don't fuck with Christianity, you know, like, y'all might take offense to this because, yes, there is some truth in Christianity, but it's just, it's fucked up. Like so many things in the world, when it comes down to our history, you know, it's told to us as much as uh, other places and elite places wanted us to absorb it as. It's only told to us about how much they want us to know, or how much we educate ourselves to know about it too. Because don't just sit up here. I'm not gonna lie. Look, I ain't taking up for nobody. I ain't taking up for no kind of sector or anything like that. But you can't just sit up here and just blame it all on the elites. I mean, yeah, like they might have been, doing like, some like Masonic shit or whatever like that. But at the same time, you still have to take responsibility in your own education. You still got to take responsibility in your own education. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of scare tactics used so that we would never want to find our own way. But at the same time, because there has been people that's found their own way, or like just basically debunk things, they have to still keep those laws. It's just those are not common laws. That's all. You just gotta dig for those. That's all. You have to want to actually educate yourself. Otherwise, like the elites are just gonna play around with you. But you gotta learn how to like educate yourself. So you can't just blame it all on the elites, the Illuminati, the Masons, and stuff like that. You can't just blame it all on them, because there is a way for you to educate yourself. Like to not be a part of the matrix. There's a way to educate yourself. So if you don't take that and then you just want to, say, oh, government this, government that, as much as y'all don't want to believe it, I mean, hello, I know what I do for a living. I know, what my gifts are. Much as y'all don't want to believe it, some of them people in higher places are chosen too. Hmm? Think about that. It's just they're elite chosen. They're elite chosen. So I wouldn't say that people in elite places have chosen people in it. I feel like they're the ones who's sacrificing us. But I feel like there are still, but of course, if you're chosen, you're not gonna want to be in an elite position. Like the higher up of the higher up. People that's like, damn near higher than the president. It's like, if you're chosen, you don't want to do that no way. So we hide ourselves pretty well, But then there's, some of us who are fucking whistleblowers, and that's what the fuck we were put on this earth to do, and nobody's gonna stop us from doing it. And then on top of that, nobody's gonna shut us up. Nobody's gonna make us feel some kind of way or anything like that. Because I guarantee motherfucking to that a chosen person is gonna find somebody to save. If you ever felt like, oh, well, I want to kidnap a chosen person type deal. How much you want to bet that chosen person might save your fucking driver? And then that driver might actually, pull over and let you out when they were supposed to take you to some kind of spot. But then here you go, here's a chosen person just talking to him and shit like that, like shooting like in a weird fucking way, like basically shooting shit with the devil, shooting shit with a demon. Well, the devil ain't here no more, because, the Most High's energy is upon the planet. That's why it feels like the Twilight Zone. It's because the Most High is down here. Y'all confirmation. I just heard, some shit clicking over there. But the Most High is on this planet. Okay? He done already put the devil away. He done already put him away. That's why it feels like the Twilight Zone, is because there's no more there's no more lion roaming the streets to see what it can eat or destroy. Because that's how the Bible would describe the devil as, is a roaring lion, roaring, roaming lion, paraphrasing, that roams the streets to see what it can devour. That lion is no longer here. Yes, the minions are. I'm not gonna lie. What I mean by minions is that minions, as in entities, demonic entities. I would even go as far as to say that, even ghost hunting might have to stop, because they're all chores right now. They're all these these beings of light in the spirit world that's just sitting there waiting for their judgment. And like um yeah, so I would even go so far as to say that there aren't, you ghost hunters, y'all might have to find a new niche, a new hobby, confirmation. My AC just went off. Y'all might have to find a new niche, a new hobby, because like I feel like that, like that ain't no ghost left. I'm not gonna lie. You might find, like a couple, like entities here and there, a couple evil entities here and there, but that's literally probably gonna be in uh, a house that people are already living in, because that's where the entities are now. They can't just roam the earth free no more. They can't, because the ones that were roaming the earth free already got sent back to hell. They already got sent back to hell. So, or the underworld, whatever you believe is, the opposite of good, because there's a cosmic place for good, and there's a cosmic place for bad. Okay, whatever you believe in, whatever. And so basically, the only entities that are left on this earth now is just the entities that are attached to people. Okay, now most people don't think these things would be entities, but they are. Depression, that's an entity. Bulimia, that's an entity. Basically, any kind of sickness or disease is an entity. Okay, that's a possession. Okay, that's something that's just been around you, basically waiting to happen, waiting to possess you. I know all of y'all done seen favorite movies. I love scary movies, literally just for the spiritual qualities of it. Like it's the creature entities in there just be just so fucked up looking, but at the same time, it's just like it's kind of true, It's like you got like this crazy looking fucking entity and shit, like the movie The Nun. You got this crazy looking entity and shit like that, but it's like that's literally what it's like to live that way, being looking like something that's holy, but in the inside you're actually evil. And she had like the yellow eyes and everything. It's like yes, that can happen. Like being so evil, no, being so evil that can make your body parts start to function. That could make you have jaundice of the eyes. If you're always sending people like, like mean thoughts and evil eye and shit like that, yes, that can make your eyes get fucked up. That can make you go blind. That can make you have cataracts. That can make you have, that could also be, like, that could also be, a spiritual thing too, but it depends on how it happens. Let's just say that you was giving people, evil eyes, for a long time, and like, then all of a sudden, like, you get red eyes, or, you get pink eye, like shit just starts happening to your eyes over time and shit like that. So yeah, you can get jaundice of the eyes. And then like let's see what else. Like sometimes there was scenes where, like her mouth was all, well, its mouth was all cracked away, and there was like just teeth left there. And it's like something, that's basically how they be stone cold, no kind of smile. And every time they smile, it still, it looks gruesome, it looks grimace. Their smile looks grimace and shit like that. Can you imagine like somebody having like no lips and just teeth type shit? And then on top of that, the entity that appeared as a nun in the movie The Nun, that's what I'm talking about. This whole thing. And so I'm just giving y'all an example of how, basically an entity in a movie can actually relate to an actual person. Because like I said, in the movie The Nun, the entity appeared as an old nun, and it had yellow eyes, and, the yellow eyes could just be jaundice of the eyes, because, like, you're giving, like, people evil eye and shit like that. Like, let's say that, this is an actual nun in real life, right? Now she could have jaundice of the eyes because she was, given evil eye all the time. And then she never smiled. So that's why the lips were cracked away on the entity. And then on top of that, the skin was pale and pasty and cracky. So that's how you know that means that it was easy for, like evil things and evil thoughts to get up into this person, in through their cracks and stuff like that, and to take their light away. Because, what happens to the skin after you die? The skin turns gray. So basically, that's basically a good example. That movie, The Nun, that's a perfect example of an entity inside a person. That's a great example. Um, because, like I said, the entity appeared as a nun, but it was actually, an evil spirit. These evil spirits can get up inside people and give them sicknesses. That's true. Um, and it's just like the whole energy now on the planet is only of the Most High. There is no more evil things roaming freely to help y'all in none of y'all evil plans. They all been sent back to hell. So basically, what's left now is pretty much something, whatever, whatever you believe in or whatever you equate it to, is since, I'm I would say that I still hold to the Most High. It's just I don't practice old school Christianity. I don't practice old school Christianity. I get into the real scrolls and things like that. So, and then I'm also, I'm a spiritualist as well. I do my spirit guide. So the energy of the Most High is upon the earth. That's why people feel so crazy, so weird, because they never expected the second coming of Jesus to look like this. This is something that you would equate to the second coming of Christ. Confirmation. Something just hit my window. And this is what you call the second coming of Christ, basically. People thought that there was going to be some exalted man again. It's like, no. It's like the Most High saw what happened when it was just one person, when it was just one chosen upon the earth. He saw what happened. So he made millions this time around. He made basically millions of Jesuses this time around. Because there's millions of chosen people. You basically carry the energy of Jesus' life. That's why people just up and hate you for no reason. They don't know why. And so, the energy of the Most High is upon the earth. So that means that any entities that are left are the entities that are attached to people. Those are the only evil entities left, is the ones that are attached to people. Because some people be looking half crazy and stuff like that, and they be trying to, send they evil entities to you, but it's like, hold on, wait. As long as you're not depressed, it won't work. As long as you're, not lazy, it won't work. As long as you're, not, negative trait, whatever negative trait you can think of, shit like that. Or, just bad mood and stuff like that, or whatever you can think of. And they're trying to send that to you and you're not, it's going to go right back to them. And then that fucking entity is going to attack them even more. Plus, with the help of the angels that are upon the earth right now. The angels will literally, because these entities, they still work. Okay? Make no mistake. The devil works for the Most High. Okay? That's how the Most High is able to give you lessons. The devil works for the Most High. And these entities, They work for the devil, but of course, since the Most High is over the devil, they work for the Most High. May as well work for him too. It's just he don't deal with them. He don't deal with them because like he gonna get his hands too dirty. Confirmation, right? So you just get back on. But he don't want to get his hands too dirty. Messing with the little entities. So he just give the orders to Satan, and he has to follow him. Remember, Lucifer was once an angel. So just because he a fallen angel and got black wings now, that don't mean that he still don't work for the Most High. Hello, always has. And yeah, so he has a job to do. Yeah, he has a job to do. It's not. Yeah, he has a job to do too. Know what he do? I fill out a form for him. The Most High fill out a form and be like, okay, this person need this karma. That person need that karma. This person need this. This person need that. God won't specifically say, like, he'll just say basically like what it is based to his rules and regulations. And then, the devil will go and pick it up. And then he'll be like, okay, I know exactly how to handle that. And I know exactly how to handle that. Oh, okay, cool. I know how to do all these. He'll ask the Most High questions if you got any questions about it. And then he'll be like, okay, I know how to handle all these. And of course, with him still, like he's the ultimate narcissist. So with him definitely not wanting to get his hands dirty type shit, he want to be like God. He want to be like, he is the biggest fan of the Most High. So he like, well, I don't want to get my hands dirty either. Most High ain't getting his hands dirty. I ain't getting my hands dirty either. So you nasty little things, go do all this stuff to people. But see, if those nasty little things do outside of the contract, right? If they do outside the contract that the Most High gave the devil, the Most High has to punish the devil. Okay? And that's not so much as, as a way to, like, it's not in a way to where, the devil can ever be like God will never fire him. That's true. Because he's the only one for the job. He ain't got no more fallen angels. He's the only one for the job. When Lucifer fell, he took all the rest of the, bad angels with him. So he ain't got no more angels to employ. No, Lucifer was the highest. And the angels that fell with him became those, those little demonic shit. And then they, animated, some, shit with animal parts in it and shit like that. That's why some of these, like crazy creatures that you be seeing, or like, shit like, like, I don't know. Let's take the Jersey Devil, right? Like, it's some kind of creature that's supposed to live in like the Leeds Forest in New Jersey, and it's like this horse creature, and it got like, I don't know, the body of a dog, something like that. It got 4 legs on the bottom that don't belong to a horse. Okay, it got the body of that don't belong to a horse, but it got the head of a horse. It got black wings on it, and it got red eyes and hooks. And I don't, like some kind of fleshy tail or something like that. It's shit like that. That's what these angels are able to animate. That's what they're able to animate and shit, because they can't make no like replica of stuff unless they possess something. Like they can't basically just up and just make a cat, right? They can't make a cat. They have to like possess a cat, because a cat is the Most High's creation. But can it be possessed? Yes, it can, because that's the whole point of free will. The Most High is trying to see, who's worthy of the kingdom. So yeah, I'm gonna let you be able to get possessed. I'm gonna let you be able to get possessed, because I need to see who's worthy of my kingdom. That's what the Most High said. So I have to see my time. All right, and so yeah, He's gonna allow you to get possessed if you put yourself in a predicament, in a, in a place to be possessed. But here's the thing: even if you don't, you can still be possessed, because the Most High, he gonna be there. If he there to, he gonna be there for you when you're not supposed to have a possession, right? Ain't nothing supposed to be able to possess you. It's just something that just happened real quickly, and then it was over with. But some people who just got, just either shit on them, or just like some rituals or something like that. Then, yeah, that's how they're able to do, shit like Emily Rose, and like, the other possession movies and stuff like that. There are actually people who was possessed for that long because they was raised to be a host for a demonic entity. And most of them come from super religious families. Okay? They was raised to be a concrete portal for entity. That's why some of these movies, they be lasting so long. Some of these movies, you just be like, like most of the time, it'll just be like, like something like anger. Anger is a possession. It is. That's an entity. And depression, that's a possession. It's an entity. And so like, if you like, if you're able to get over your anger and stuff like that, then you got balance. You got balance. I'm not gonna lie. But you still do live in this world of free will, so don't ever think that you won't ever be possessed again. Anybody can get possessed. Anybody can. It just depends on how long. Okay? That's what matters, is how long are you possessed by that entity for. Anger, depression, insomnia. Well, I wouldn't say insomnia. Yeah, insomnia. Uh, like, and just all other things that basically go against what's natural is a possession. And sometimes don't always see possession as something that has to be an entity. Okay, y'all may not be ready for this next part, but it's the truth too. How many of y'all remember that movie Legion? When people was being possessed by angels. I'm talking about angels from the Most High. Angels from the Most High. Yes, you can be possessed by an angel too. You can be possessed by an entity, and you can be possessed by an angel. You are basically, you're not man's simulation. None of us is. No matter who try to play God, we're not man's simulation. We are the Most High's simulation. Our soul, which is attached to our flesh in this world, is basically a whole simulation of who deserves the kingdom of the Most High. Who deserves the kingdom of the good source. So if y'all been feeling like it still feel like Twilight Zone, oh my goodness, like when is this, like pandemic gonna be over type stuff like that? When is it gonna be? No, 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 no. Understand, y'all. Whew, there's another piece that y'all probably not gonna be ready for. This is the energy from now on. Nothing is ever going back to what it used to be before 2020. It's never going back. This energy is here to stay. This Most High energy is here to stay. Confirmation. I just heard some more clicking over there. I believe I think that's in like one of my systems resetting or something like that. But yeah, that's the whole truth. That is the whole truth. This energy is here to stay, y'all. This post-pandemic energy. There's a reason why they're not talking about COVID no more, because they had to get y'all to talk. They had to talk about something in order for y'all to understand where the energy is going to be from now on. They had to talk about something. They might have even had to get us sick so that we can talk about it. Because to be quite honest, the devil was going to claim lives anyway before he got locked up. So he basically, like, these people he was already after anyway. These people with pre-existing conditions, he was already after them anyway. He's like, you know what, I'm going to take the weak. And to be quite honest, I don't even feel like he got half them souls. I really don't. It's like, I'm going to take the weak though. But see, he left that up to, his minions as well too. Because don't think that for one second that depression is just an entity and just an entity alone. No, the entity is still very much so the devil's property. So he told them confirmation. So he told them to, make this huge big fucking illusion, you know, after a while, in the chosen year. And I believe the chosen year is 2022. So, because just look at the events. Just look at the events and look at, what's happened to you in 2022. You felt the energy shift in 2022, and you did. It felt the same as when COVID hit, but at the same time, it felt like upper. It felt more upper than low, than down. It felt more upper. So he said, do this whole big, thing in 2022. He told them all to do it. He was like, do this whole big thing in 2022, make people like lose their fucking mind and go crazy as possible, because he knew that this year, like, he was gonna have to do something to where like all of his entities, they were gonna be rounded up this year anyway. They were gonna start the round, the angels are gonna start the roundup process this year anyway. So he's like, do a big thing before that can happen. There's so many people where you're hearing about, just so many atrocities. So fucking many atrocities. All you gotta do is look up any news site on YouTube or just watch the news on TV, but especially on platforms. On platforms is where you get the most up close and personal news. All you gotta do is just watch a few of those. And you would think that, oh shit, don't this shit belong on the dark web? It's like, no, that shit's happening in broad daylight. There's so many atrocities these days because it was planned to happen this way. It was planned to happen. And they're like, like, do this big thing, and then he knew that the angels were gonna come round them all up anyway this year. It was building up since 2020. It was building up. And now the angels has just about got them all round up. I feel like, yeah, the angels got them all round up at this point. Got them all round up. And if they attach to people, then guess what? These people was round up with. Because these things can't live alone no more. They can't live alone in this day and age no more. If there's just an entity walking outside or whatever, angels are from earth. So these angels are just going to snap up a finger and send them to hell. Pretty much. So they can't roam around no more. They have to possess people. Have to. In order to survive in this world, they have to possess people. They can't just roam around in the woods no more. They can't just, like, walk around with the devil no more. Like, no, they get sent back to hell. And, but when people learn to release these things, they will have their peace. But if you owe karma, yeah, you're going to have to pay her first. You're going to have to. Some of these people is not even going to make it out alive of the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling y'all, I'm telling y'all. It's going to be worldwide. It's going to be worldwide. Now, chosens have been going through the dark night of the soul. Sometimes even multiple times. Like, if we don't learn our lesson, we'll have to go through the dark night of the soul multiple times. And when we finally learn, but see, we can handle that. We was built to handle, egregiouses and tragedies and atrocities. I mean, like, otherwise, like the angels of heaven, they wouldn't be, they would just be like, oh, well, like we all want to do, what the fallen angels do. And they like, no. They like, look, why would we want to live in that when there's a way out of it? There's a peace, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Why would we want to live that way? So they're like, no, we all stand right here with God. You too, little few. You all little few can, go with the fallen angel. We ain't going nowhere. We stand right with God. They're used to seeing atrocities. They're probably used to seeing things that are, uglier than anything that's ugly on earth. They're probably used to seeing that. They're used to seeing atrocities. So, that's basically how we carry ourselves. We're used to seeing atrocities. And it's like we're supposed to be, like helping and healing the world and getting them to understand that, what's coming. Because this huge big thing that's coming, I can tell y'all right now, y'all wanna know what it is? I know y'all been feeling it too. All up in the atmosphere. Y'all wanna know what it is? And I guarantee any other reader of the light or any other spiritualist or coach of the light will tell you the same thing. It's a worldwide dark night of the soul. And here's the thing. Dark night of the soul, that basically lasts until you change. Now that I'm thinking back on it, that basically lasts until you change. Sometimes you'll have good things that happen within the dark night of the soul. Sometimes you'll have bad, really bad, tragic things that happen in the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul isn't something that I can just say is seasonal. Confirmation. My you know how sometimes the little like smoke detectors don't make that beep sound. I think that means the batteries are low, but still at the same time, it'll make that beep sound. Mm-hmm. Mine is good. Because I don't want to just be on here, like saying confirmation and y'all not hearing what I'm hearing and stuff like that. So I just let y'all know what I hear. So these little sounds that happen around me to let me know that my spirit guides are on motherfucking point, and so is my intuition, bitch. So, Dark Night of the Soul actually lasts for a long time. I believe my Dark Night of the Soul was, I would say it started when I was 12. It started when I was 12. I'm in my 30s now. But it started when I was 12. And it lasted all the way up until then. All the way up until then. There's so many people that's going to have to go through exactly what Chosen went through. And most Chosens, honestly, have gone through the dark night of the soul for 10 to 20 years. I'm not sure how long I would say it started when I was 12, but I just know it started in my adolescent years. I wouldn't say that it started when I was 12. But it feels like it did. I think it happened around that area, around the 12 area when it comes down there, age. It happened around when I was 12. So, and it's just been like that ever since. And most people honestly can't even, I don't even know if you non-chosen. I already know, actually. I already know. You non-chosen, especially you dark folks. Like, and I'm not talking about people like me. Okay? Love my skin. I'm talking about dark-hearted people. You evil people out there. Y'all gonna be the first to go in the dark night and stuff. Because y'all don't get it. And y'all haven't gotten it. And then you have passers, people who don't want to decide whether they want the light or the dark. Well, at this point, you're still hanging around the dark and you chose the dark. Basically, whatever company you are keeping is what you're choosing. It don't matter what you made a decision about. Whatever company you keep is what you chose. Is what you're choosing. Is what is yours now. I would just say that it's a new era coming. And if you got any kind of toxicity or anything like that, you gotta get rid of that shit. Come on. Like, get your health in order. Okay? Even if you need a mental health coach or if you need to go to counseling. Try to stay away from pills, but if you need a coach, you need to go to counseling. Do it. Do it. If you need to stop with the alcoholism, the addictions, do it. Go to counseling for it. Go to rehab. Do it. If there's any other toxic fucking shit that y'all out there doing, then y'all need to do it. I've only got 10 fingers. I can't count no more toxic shit. But there's thousands of toxic things. So y'all need to stop. It's literally gonna kill you. You're either gonna be put in jail or you're going to die. I mean, the dark night of the soul is so real, y'all. You can be in that for years. 10 to 20, usually, cosmically, on Earth realm, 10 to 20 years. That's usually how long the dark night of the soul lasts. It depends on how much you want to change. And you can't sit up here and change and think that, oh, well, in 10 years, I'm going to go back to my old ways. It's not going to work. If that's how you're thinking, then, you're going to end up passing away. You won't even get prison. You'll end up passing away. If you still think that you can outsmart the Most High, you will end up passing away. So that's it.